Hi everybody, I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and my name is Wakia Williams. I'm the Executive Director for Her Skin. I am super excited to put on this event February the 25th, 2023 at 10 a.m. It's for 3 mothers in the community that lost their sons to gun violence. Her Skin is about empowering women that have endured trauma, and one of the greatest traumas that a mother could ever endure or a woman could endure is the loss of a son. And so this event is to make sure that we empower these 3 women who have lost their sons. And I want you to just take a moment and just hear their stories.
My name is Keisha. My son was Calvion Nichols. He was killed on January the 30th of 22. What I miss about my son is everything. And just everything about him. What else?
What's his favorite things?
He liked to rap, be around family, basketball, kids, just family in general, period. The thing that keeps me going is my other children. I have to be strong for them. That's the only thing that keeps me going. I just miss my baby. It'll be a year tomorrow.
What I missed about him is his calls. He wasn't a McDonald's fast food kid. He wanted a good home cooked meal. And if Keisha didn't cook, I could rest assured that I would get that call saying, "Grandma, what you cook? My mama ain't cook over here." And so I really missed those phone calls. And then he was a kid that would come and do anything that you would ask him to do. He would mow the yard, clean the driveway, sweep the driveway, do the things that the other kids just didn't like to do. You could depend on him. Our family is very, we get together all the time, and he was always make sure that the little kids were taken care of. As far as the gun violence go, it's just, I would like for those who are to realize that it doesn't only affect the person whose life you take. You have mothers, as you can see, who are devastated by the loss of their children. You have dreams who die with those lives that you take. Those people had tomorrow to look for, but because someone decided to take a gun rather than a conversation, you ended it all. When in a lot of instances, if you would have just sat down and talked to the person, you could have solved it without taking a life. So I wish these young guys would realize that when you take a life, you destroy families, you destroy futures, you destroy tomorrows. And I wish they would just think about that.
My name is Paula Peoples Crane.
My name is Paulette Peoples Scott.
My son's name is Marlon Peoples.
And he was my big brother.
And he was killed November the 29th in 2000. I had to bury my son on his 21st birthday. He graduated in 1998. He left a daughter upon his murder. She was 6 months. She's now 22 years old, and she graduated from university, 2018? A little bit about Marlon. Marlon furthered his education for 1 semester in engineering, and he worked at a nursing home. And what I miss about him is the love that I did not get or receive from him because he was murdered. Every day is like the day it happened. Upon his death, I had to have 2 surgeries. I lost 100 pounds. And I have my good days, I have my bad days. I can cry without sharing tears. There's an emptiness. And sometimes I have sleepless nights. But with God helping me, because that was too much for me, I had to hand it over to God. And I thank God for the 20 years we did share. To you guys with guns, you act like you don't have a mother. You act like you don't have family. Once you kill someone, you lose your life as well. Both families were hurt. Please put your guns down. Once you kill a person, you can't take it back. Once their blood is on the ground, it's a cry out. And I just pray to God y'all come together, try to talk it out instead of shoot it out.
So I'm Marlon's little sister. My brother, he was always like a protector to me. So that's one thing I really miss is how he really, I remember before he was murdered, he would always tell me that I was a queen and to never accept anything less than that. And he always just made sure that I dressed right, that I wasn't too exposed. He just, he at times act like he was my father, like he played that role. But that's what I really miss about my brother. I miss the nagging, the pulling my hair. I miss the laughter, the good times. We were like really good friends, and he just always wanted to make sure that I was okay. Like he was just always concerned that I was okay. And that's one thing, some of the things I miss about my brother. He was my best friend. No one could understand the depth of the pain that she goes through, my mother, as well as, the pain that I dealt with. And I can truly say, a lot of family and friends, they give the cards and everything once it happens. But a couple of weeks and a couple of months is when it's really hard. I remember my mom just getting up at 2:00 in the morning. She would scream to the top of her lungs for hours, just calling his name. And I don't think people really understand how much hurt and pain it causes when you act before you think. It's a lot of people that's reacting without thinking about the after effect and the cause and the consequences, because he was a good person. He may have been flawed like a lot of us are, but he was a good person, and he was ready to be a good father, and that was stripped away from him, that was taken away from him. And I would just suggest that before you make any type of reaction, to think before you make a decision.
I would like to add, he did get to see his baby. Mm-hmm. He loved her. He called her marshmallow cookie dough baby girl. And this is her and what she had to do when she graduated. Yeah. She had to go to the grave. Okay. But we love and miss him.
My name is Sheila Hilliard. I am the mother of Emil Bowers III.
My name is Deja Hilliard. I am the niece of Emil Bowers III.
My son's life was taken tragically. It was very tragic and unnecessarily, might I add. He was 21 years old at that time. He had a son that was, at the time he was 2, Jatorian. I don't know, I guess I can, I received a call that day. I was at work and they told me to come to the location, which was over on Hood Street at the park. And on my arrival, I don't know, I could sense, I just knew, they didn't tell me what happened, but I knew that it was something that was not good because something in my gut and in my spirit allowed me to know so. And yeah, when I got there, it was already taped up, everybody was there, and then I received the phone call as I pulled up. You know, someone allowed me to know what had happened. And at that very day, I know the actual time of death because I felt it. I could feel something leave out of me. So, and that thing that left an empty void, which can never ever be filled. And so it took me a while, but I had to learn how to live with that empty void. And I'm still learning because it's still there. So with that being said, when you take a life, you actually destroy other people. You destroy mothers, fathers, siblings, other family members. I mean, anybody that's connected, even friends, that's connected to the individual that's been taken away. So, because like I said, he left behind a son that'll never ever know, you know, what kind of dad he was. And he was a great dad.
He was a great uncle too.
Yes, yes.
He was an uncle. He was a great brother. All that.
And to the mothers out there, you know, that's have lost a kid, I just encourage you to just keep if you don't know God, get close to him, because he will. He'll see you through it. And yes, it'll be hard. And I'm not saying that it'll be a short-lived thing, because it may take the rest of your life, you know, for you to because you're going to relive it because it happened to you. And, you know, it's just nothing, you can't take it back. So, but I do know that God has been everything that I have needed him to be in this situation. He's been a mind regulator for me, because there was times when I felt like I would lose my mind, and I didn't. And thanks be to him just for being, you know, for being who he is. And he said in his word that he would do that for us. But then we have to know how to trust him. We have to know how to give ourselves over to him and allow him to do that, so that we won't be a victim. Continue to be a victim. You know, you've lost your kid, and then here you go, you have to lose your mind because somebody's not thinking logically. So just put your hands in God's hands and just trust him, and just allow him to do a perfect work in you, and allow him to keep your mind and your heart. And that's basically.
My name is Alicia, and I'm the parent of Dearius Holder. I have 3 sons that was born in Waco, Texas. My middle son was 22 when he got murdered. June 22nd, 1997, my son was born. And he left this earth on November 1st, 2019. I got a call about my son on Halloween night, October 31st. It was about 12:20. I rushed to the hospital, and once I got to the hospital, I talked with the nurse, and they told me to wait in a room until the doctors came in to talk to me about my son. Didn't realize that I was going to lose my son that night. 2 hours passed, the doctor haven't came back. On that third hour, that's when the doctor came in and told us that my son didn't make it through surgery. I was devastated. Should no mother have to deal with the loss of a child? It hurt me so much to the point where I didn't even know if I was going or coming when I was at the hospital. I was pacing, looking at my family with tears in my eyes.
How you doing?
I'm so nervous.
Yeah, you doing great. Take as long as you need.
With tears in my eyes and hurt in my heart. Should no mother have to deal with that? My son was a very good kid. Growing up, he went to church, and I did everything that I possibly could for my boys. They knew right from wrong. He graduated school, made it through school, did everything that he could. Had his first child at the age of 21, and he was gone at 22. Didn't even get a chance to spend no time at all with his son but 6 months. It hurts my family to have to deal with this. And what I feel like in my heart that it doesn't make any sense for a senseless murder. You know, people going around Waco thinking that's the thing to do, and it's not. You have to put the guns down, you know, and it doesn't make any sense for someone to go around taking other people's lives and leaving not only the hurt in that family's heart, but the hurt in that family that took that life. They also have to go through going to jail, having charges filed on them, all of that. And enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need to come together as a community and have peace. You know, that's what we need to do. We need to have peace. We need to get ourselves together and find a different avenue instead of wanting to shoot and go and do violence, turn to violence. That's not good. You're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting the community as well as one. We need to work together, come together. De'Aris was the life of the party. Like, the party didn't start till he was there. And we missed that so much. Him not walking through that door, him not being there with us, taking part in the activities, the festivities that we got going on through the holidays. You know, all we have is memories, and we hold the memories very close. Not a day that goes by, we don't think of him. We don't cry. We don't grieve. He left behind a son by the name of DeCarrier. And he can't even see his dad, but he know who his dad is. And he'll be going on 4 years old this year. And it bothers me, which I ask God to give me the strength whenever that day may be, to explain to him that his dad did love him. So my thing is, let's come together, y'all. Put the guns down. You don't have to go around shooting. You don't have to prove a point to none of your homeboys. Put the guns down. I done lost my son, 22 years old. He left behind his son, and he's no longer here with us. And all we have and all we hold on to is memories that we cherish for the rest of our lives. He is very well missed. I love you, son.
We invite you to come out to the Her Skin Walk-A-Thon on February the 25th at McLean Stadium at 10 a.m. This is going to be an event where we honor mothers who have lost sons and daughters to gun violence in the city of Waco. We all know someone who has lost someone to violence, and so this is a worthy cause. You know, it's going to be a positive event to share lots of love with the family. We're going to have the chief of police is speaking. We're going to have the fire department is going to be speaking. We just want to invite you to come out and enjoy this event.